Life can be beautiful if you let it.
In the bowl.
Yo, what do you know? Welcome to In the Bowl Podcast. Shout out to Hustle 5 Ways. I'm your host, Naz.
And you got Tallman.
In the Bowl Podcast is powered by your nation's own mobile hookah provider, cctv. They not only host private events, wholesale, distribute, and take that hookah experience to that next level. As always, they always come through, and you know they blessed us with some things which we'll get to later in the show. But what's going on? What's happening?
Oh man, not too much, man. You know, first week of Ramadan here in Dubai, so still getting adjusted to all the timings of things because I think one of the biggest things I've noticed thus far is that the city is just quiet during the morning. It's like there's no traffic going to work. You know, everything comes alive. You know, after sundown, everybody's out breaking bread and at the hookah spots, man. We got a 24-hour hookah spot that just found last week, and that thing was packed. I think it was one open table in the house, but
Sure.
that's about it, man. What's going on with you?
Chilling. Right before we get into that, as always, I'm good, chilling. But let's just do our toast, man. It's another week. It's another, here, an opportunity. Cheers, man.
Exactly. Cheers.
And it makes me think, right? It makes me think about, I was driving the other day, and this this car is crazy. It was early, out there getting in, and this car said, "Live free or die."
Interesting.
And as folks get up every day for their hustle bustle, right, and hit that pavement, whatever they do, right, it's it goes back to kind of what we always talk about. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing this for?
Yeah.
And some people live their whole life trying to find their purpose, right? But it was just crazy. That's the first thing I saw. You know what I'm saying? Driving, moving around. It just straight there, blunt. Just live free or die. So as always, went to my bag and just started reflecting.
Okay.
And taking it from there, man. But it's I felt that those are some easy words, but powerful.
Very powerful, man.
So
very powerful. There's another quote out there, and I'm probably gonna mess it up, but it's like a life without purpose is not worth living, or life without a purpose is not driven, or life without a driven purpose. Something wild, but. Yeah, that definitely makes you think, man. Because if you got somebody who's going through their whole life without a purpose, man, that can be a interesting life. It seems like you'd be just jumping from one thing to another. Because you haven't found your groove. So I don't want people to think that when I said a life without purpose is not worth living, it's not in any type of suicidal terms. It's just saying, that you can't find that joy of having something and owning something and, seeing it through, because, you're constantly just jumping from, thing to thing, and time flies by, man. You really can't enjoy it, but
yeah, that's
a
think,
deep quote.
Right? Yeah, man, it makes you think that, because there's some people that live their whole life trying to find their purpose.
Exactly.
And that could be the hunt, the thrill, that could be part of your purpose, where you continuously try to achieve things, and maybe that's what that goal is, take care, cover, whatever that purpose may be, whatever your story is. You know what I'm saying? But, I think it's just so many, no one has or no two people have the same purpose. You know, because we all find joys out of different things, and what that meaning is.
Exactly.
So, like you said, ain't nothing on suicidal. So for folks who
Nah.
still trying to find their purpose, it's the hunt's still on. It's like they say, as soon as you think you close that door, something could burn the other end of it. So you just keep on following it. And as human nature, I think it is. We always want more.
I agree.
They always say this. They always use complacency as a negative. So it's whatever that is. Being eager, being hungry, whatever that is.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta step back, to see things, because sometimes you're too close to something.
Yeah, sometimes you definitely have to.
Man,
So what's up with you, man? What's up with you? What's going on? I know Ramadan. What's up with you?
yeah, man, you see my cup is a little different this morning, man. I'm drinking a part of my breakfast as I've got about a good 45 minutes or so, before the sun is up, so gotta get breakfast in. But I mean, it's cool, man. I think one of the wildest things that I've seen is that out in Dubai they're trying to be more liberal, because it is the number one tourism location in the world. So first day of Ramadan, didn't have all my groceries intact, so I had to make a trip to the grocery store. And I was looking for a butcher, right, to have some stuff, be able to cook throughout the week. And the butcher shop was located in the food court. So you're talking about a man that had not had a meal in about 12 hours, walking through a food court, trying to find a butcher, man. And all the senses and the smells and everything was overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. That it's that dedication, right? It's that being having that discipline.
Discipline, exactly.
That's what it's about.
Exactly. But it was a true test, but I mean, it all worked out. But I mean, it's cool. I mean, work has kind of slowed down some because during Ramadan, it's like something that would usually take about a day or two, to get done. It takes about 3 or 4 days because everyone's focus is elsewhere. So me, I'm high strung. If it's something to get done, I'm trying to get it and knock it out. So it is allowing me to step back.
Yeah, I hear you.
As we were just talking about.
I step back and just reflect, right?
Exactly. Have a little more, patience, but man, all is well, man. So what else is going on out there?
Not much, man. It was it's funny because just seeing what's going on out in the world. I was sitting there. Let me ask a question. After I know we talk about like relationships, we talk about people, individuals, journeys, and all that. But it's like, let me ask you a question. How long do you think is a reasonable time until it's okay for your offspring to hang out with another man? And when I say man, a one-on-one, like in a situation where it's like, your ex asks, her new dude or whatever to watch your child solo. When do you think a reasonable time is? Do you even think that's acceptable?
Oh,
It's making me thinking, man. It's been out there, and I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know where I'm at on that. What side of the fence I'm on.
yeah, man. That's a big question right there because there's so many different factors that play into that. Because one, leaving your kids with a stranger is always always challenging, you know what I mean? Because even, when your kids are small and, they're going to daycare, it's like if it's like a home babysitter, it's like, you're really trying to, vet that person to figure out, who they are, what they're about, who else is in the house, who else has access to the kids. Because, I mean, it's a crazy world. So of
Times are
lead
different.
of letting the child be watched by your ex's partner, that's I don't know. I mean, at that point, I think the kid needs to be, walking, talking, and able to explain, everything that they've done in their day. So that way, in the event of, not to wish it upon nobody, but if something happens, the kid can verbalize that, because that's a huge trust factor.
That's huge, man. Because you got to think about, we talk about purposes and journeys, and I don't know, me as a, and I think you can have multiple purposes, right? And I think me as a father, that's one of my big purposes, right? I feel like now I'm responsible for a life,
The
you
protector,
know,
yes.
the protector, that sense of security, that blanket for her. And so it makes you just start thinking like, is someone else going to try to put their imprint on your child? There's so many ways
Yeah,
you could take it, right? It could be again,
yeah.
right? It's like, and that's again, you want to leave your mark in this world. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, this had me thinking about that, man, because you see it all over the world. You know what I'm saying? All over the place. So, and I don't know,
Yeah,
that's a big pill. That's a tough pill to swallow, man. So
it, it is. And I mean, the way the world is changing, with mixed families and blended families and things of that
yeah,
nature. I mean, it is becoming more of a reality. So
yeah,
it's
it
something that
is.
we're seeing more and more. But still, things have to be done right, because I mean, you have to know this person, be around this person, be comfortable with this person. It's like it's so many
Like,
different
right.
boxes to check,
Yeah, it's
before you
definitely a
get
checklist.
to that stage, because it's, I mean, kids are so impressionable, so you're right when it comes to inference, because you may have a certain structure that you're trying to provide, and that other individual can either be, you know, helping that structure, or chopping the foundation of that structure, to where your kids come back with you, and now they got to unlearn certain things. So it's the complexities involved in that one are definitely complex.
Yeah, nah, facts. I think you said they're sponges. So I think
Yes,
it's a
yes.
maturity thing too. It's a maturity thing, right? It's like you got to find deep in your soul to like you said, assess it. You have a lot of check boxes, so you got to make sure folks is 100. You know what I'm saying? Especially around your child, you know, and you got to, like you said, check them boxes.
Yes, and and a spin-off from that, because my vehicles are like my babies,
Mm,
to the point where keep them in garages like house cats. Don't want to leave them outside. And one of the things I was thinking, because you were talking about, yeah, I know, you were talking about when you were driving, and how you saw that statement on the car. I too was driving, and I saw somebody that had like these little rubber things on the side of their door, which I was like, you know what, I kind of respect that, because that way, if you're opening your door up, you're not banging up somebody else's car. I get it.
mm.
But I really discovered one of my pet peeves. And my pet peeves is the people who have car bumpers. That whole bumper in the front of the car and the back of the car, I mean, I can see if you put it out when you park,
Oh.
because not everybody is an exceptional parallel parker. There's sometimes, when I've been, sitting on a, outdoor restaurant or something, and you watch somebody park, and you're like, yeah, that's about to go left, or yeah, they about to smack that car. And
Hmm.
then all of a sudden, you see the car in front of them or the car behind them, rocking back and forth, and you're like, oh man, they didn't hit that car. So I understand the purpose of the car bumper because you're trying to protect your bumper when you're not around. Because obviously you can't be there the whole time. When people are parking. But it's the individuals with their car bumper that leave the bumper out while they're riding on the road. It's like, what's the purpose?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some people just deal with what they call love tap, right? um, so, some anointed that name with the love tap, right? But I don't know, man. It's you got some wild folks. I don't know. Maybe you are trying to protect your car, trying to protect the other person's car because you can't drive. Who knows, right? But when it comes down to it, man, I don't like stuff on my car. Like I don't keep it clean, man. Just you know
Exactly.
what I'm saying. Like I ain't gotta put rims on my car. Like I'm good. You know what I'm saying. No offense to rims, man, but you know what I'm saying. Like get the car how you want it. You know.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely big on that after that my whole fiasco about what was it, maybe 12, 13 years ago when, Bammers was still in your rims and tires, man. I'm like, this is from the factory. Come on now.
Yeah, facts, man. I saw. I mean, that's getting big, man. Folks sitting there putting cars on blocks right now. With all this backup on material and stuff, man. Folks out here, it's rough, man. It's rough out here. But yeah, I don't know about the car bumpers, man. I've never been a fan of it. Some of them folks got all them stickers on the back to kind of give like a storyline of their family. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit,
Nah, man. I
man.
hate that. And I've got bigger, pet peeves, about, listing the whole family and the dog and the cat on the back of your car. But, I'm gonna save that one for another day because I can talk for an hour, about all the issues with that one. So I'm not even gonna do that today. But car bumpers, just not a fan of. I mean, if you use it, it's like, all right, once you get in the car, you're going down the highway, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure
don't
that
need.
that thing folds up or rolls up in the trunk or something like that, man. There's no need, to see somebody on, 495 with a car bumper flapping in the wind.
Facts, 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 facts. And I think there is a difference, though. Now, if you're doing something to, you know, promote your business, your brand, get it how you live it. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. That's one thing. But I don't know
Exactly.
about bumpers and all that other stuff, man. You trying to tell a
Uh,
message and all that. Nah, I'm good.
Bumpers and eyelashes. I'm like, why are you still putting eyelashes on the front of your car and the headlights? Those two right there, when I see it, I just want to kind of walk by and just grab it. But I know that that's frowned upon, so I use restraint.
Man, I think that's a maturity thing. I think when you get past, 18, there shouldn't be eyelashes on the car.
Nah. That's one accessory that we can definitely do without, man.
Yeah, we should definitely do away with those in 2022. So let's
Yeah,
deem that as
man.
no bueno in 2022 for eyelashes on the car. No bueno.
Exactly.
But it makes you think, right? When we talk about age and stuff like that, when do you think it's an acceptable age? And this may be, what I'm saying, a little while, but when do you think it's acceptable age to stop getting pimples?
Mm, that's a tough one, man. Because dermatology is real, man. Skin conditions are
It's
real.
true.
And I'm not trying to have our female listeners, come for us, but certain makeups, I've been told can,
Yeah, that's
cause
true.
breakouts or, anytime Aunt Flo is in town visiting for the week, that could cause something.
Yeah, that's true.
But then aside
It's a
from that,
chemical balance. That's true. That's very true. That's real.
and and that's spot on because, I mean, what you're putting in your body, also, can affect that. So I mean, if somebody is sitting here, pounding sodas and all this acidic stuff, then it could have a reaction.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right about that. I didn't even think about it like that because it can that chemical imbalance, like say, what goes in also got to come out in some way, right? So yeah,
Exactly.
you're definitely right about that. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, so that one can go either way, man. But I did come across. Oh, what you gonna say?
No, go ahead, I'm listening.
Now, I came across a story about this former Yale employee that stole $40 million in electronics. So apparently at Yale, they were, in charge of, ordering equipment. So this individual was like ordering iPads and computers and just all kind of things, and turn around and selling it. I think their spouse
Mm,
had like a audio video company set up or something like that. So they were selling equipment off to the tune of $40 million, and with the proceeds, they were out there buying houses and cars and stunting on IG. I'm like, are you serious? So what got the lady is what I always say, man. You never mess with the IRS. They didn't file
yeah.
taxes for 3 years. IRS came after her. So she's in the process now of being sentenced and could get up to 23 years in prison.
Mm,
All because she wanted to move some iPads, buy a couple of
yeah.
houses, up in the Northeast and down South, and, have Escalades, Range Rovers. I mean, just had the driveway looked like something you would see off of, Real Housewives of Atlanta. And when I say Real Housewives, now I know a few months ago, we had talked about, you observing the show Real Housewives, and you were giving us your input on it.
That's
So I'm not
true.
taking a dig at you. Just wanted to go on record and say that. But it looked like, something that you would see on that show, like how they show, the house from outside. You see all the cars sitting outside. And it's like, was that risk of your job and your livelihood just to stunt on social media for a few years really worth it?
I'm not gonna lie, like you say, it's I don't know, man. It's sitting there, like you said, you gotta think about the end result, right? And you gotta think about what the outcome could be,
Yeah,
And so, like you say, you gotta thoroughly think of that plan, right? And you gotta think about the pros and the cons. And is that con really worth, you know, risking it
yeah,
or making that move, whatever you do, right? So it makes you
exactly.
start thinking like, it's but you make your bed, you lay in it, You thought you were living a life, and unfortunately, you in the bind now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, risk versus reward, man. I mean, in that situation, I definitely feel no sympathy or empathy, for the individuals involved, because one, what you did was highly illegal. Two, you
It's
were
hot,
very sloppy. And
hot.
three, you did all this just to stun on IG?
Yeah, that shit
It's like, is,
wild.
is
That's
that
what I'm
is that what
saying.
it comes down to? That that you got to sit here and break the law just to be able to show off, and show off cars and houses and things of that nature. And then four, you're not paying your taxes. And I always say that that's the biggest thing, because there were numerous gangsters and mobsters in the history of the U.S. that didn't get taken down for murder, didn't get taken down for drugs or gun running. They got taken down by the IRS for not paying taxes.
Yep, yep.
That is the one group you don't mess with, man.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It's like you're not even trying to cover up the paperwork, right? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're not even just trying to, you don't have a real plan. You just like, oh, this is what I got, this is what I'm about to do, and you're done with it. But you gotta think about those consequences. You gotta think about, what I'm saying? What could happen? What do I want to happen? And what's that balance look like? You know?
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's wild. I mean, Al Capone, one of the biggest gangsters, taken down for tax evasion.
get taken down by something that, you know what I'm saying, that you don't really even notice like that, but you notice. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, dot your I's, cross your T's.
You got to.
You know, like they said, it's always the man in the cut that got you. You know what I'm saying? It's always the man in the cut that, you know, the one you probably ain't even looking out for that's going to get you.
Exactly.
Time after time, folks keep forgetting about IRS, Uncle Sam.
Tell me about it. You know, tax day is right around the corner, man. So to all our listeners and viewers, you know, if you haven't done your taxes yet, you know, make sure you're taking those steps to, you know, get your taxes in or file your extension, do whatever you gotta do, but don't let that stuff linger, man. You gotta pay Uncle Sam, man. Because if not,
Got
Uncle
to.
Sam's gonna come knocking on your door. And that's a knock that you don't want to get, man.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But on some other news, man, I know we've been talking about this whole Will and Chris Rock thing, man, and it makes me think about everything else good going on, right?
Yeah.
I think things we continue to forget. You know, I'm gonna say definitely Jasmine Sullivan. She finally got she got not one but two Grammys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for one album. So it's just you know, we talk about all this wild shit going on, and you know, but we forget about all the dope shit. You know,
Yeah.
I do think it's wild that, you know, certain genres, you know, when we talk about IG and stuff like that, people, I don't want to say stealing, but, you know, borrowing other people's skill sets and talents, man. So I don't know. It's just, you know, definitely hats off to her for doing her thing,
Yeah, it's well deserved, man. And I know the Grammys happened, you know, a week and some change ago, but one of the things that I just came across that really shocked me was best reggae album.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I had a feeling because, you know, I looked at, you know, the nominees. You know, you had Spice there, you
Yeah.
had Jesse Royale, you had who else was there? Gramps Morgan, Sean Paul.
Yeah.
Then you had a random group from Alexandria, Virginia, that won Best Reggae Album of the Year. And I kind of feel some sort of way about that because one, you know, the reggae genre is when it comes to the award landscape, even when it comes like the music platforms, it's like, you know, you have reggae, you know, you have soca, and you know they try to lump everything all into one, you know. So when
Yeah.
everybody is on vacation or in the club, everybody loves reggae, but I don't think reggae gets its just due. But not to take anything away from those dudes out in Alexandria, but I think that the them winning, you know, reggae album of the year, you know, was a slap in the face, you know, to the other artists. No pun intended, just
Yeah.
choice of words. No pun intended. You know, so I think folks definitely have a, you know, a right to be upset about that because especially on the stage as big as, you know, the Grammys. You know, I mean, the Grammys are like the holy grail of awards. You know, and everybody has their different opinions about it. Like, you know, I don't need to have, you know, recognition, you know, by this academy to show my great work and things like that. But we all know that, you know, having Grammy nominated or Grammy winner, you know, associated with your name, you know, allows your life to be a little better, you know, because when it comes to negotiating deals, you know, you can negotiate at a higher rate. You know, when it comes to features, you know, you can charge a little bit more. You know, it just gives, you know, a certain esteem. And, you know, for those artists to be, you know, outshined by, and I'm not even trying to call them dudes a cover band, you know, because they do make music, but it's just like, come on, man, that's not the way to go, you know. So I definitely wasn't happy with that one.
No, I hear you, but it just shows, you know what I'm saying? You keep chasing your dream, you'll get it. You know, keep trying to find that purpose, you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? And you never know when it's gonna happen. But and who am I to judge on how much work and that they did. But like you said, it was like you said, no pun intended, a slap in the face, especially for the nominees.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a tough pill to swallow right there, especially you know in a platform like that. That's a hard one right there.
Exactly. Like, wow. No, that's wild, man. And one other thing I wanted to, talk about, and then I'll turn it over to you before we get out of here, is, now that the NFL's over, we passed the Super Bowl, we passed, March Madness. So now I'm starting to tune into the NBA, kind of check it out, see what's going on there before the playoffs start. And I know the Lakers have been struggling, all year, with, LeBron's injuries, father time, kind of catching up with him. But I just saw that it looks like, the Lakers are about to miss the play-in game of the playoffs. So this is going to be the first time in a long time that King James is not involved in the playoffs.
Postseason. Yeah, I think they out of the postseason. Or they, like you said, I think you just never know. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, father time it happens, but
Yeah,
I think he had a great run. He still got a little bit left in him. He's still trying to wait for Bryant to get in.
yeah,
So he can play with him. So I think he's trying to save some juice, but yeah, they out. Everyone was, it's their year again. They're gonna go on for a repeat, but nah, it's no postseason action.
nah, it's wild because when you look at stars, it's like, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. With someone, you see that as ascension, to greatness, and then you kind of see him, on the way down, and for dominant players, and it's been a few of them, where they stayed in the league a little bit longer than maybe they should have. I'm going back to, like, Jordan with the Wizards. It's like, as being a Wizards fan, I appreciated, seeing Jordan there. I appreciated, seeing Jordan, part of the management team, everything he was doing. I remember when they used to have, college nights, and you can get Wizards game for like $5 or $10, something cheap. But just, seeing this man go from, the MVPs and the dunk contest to just out there, to be out there, it kind of begs the question of, when it's time to walk away now. I know with LeBron, the man has a purpose. He
Yeah,
wants to play in the league, with his son, which is noble, and that's big, because not a lot of athletes can say, look, yeah, my son's in the league, I'm playing on a team with him, and and vice versa. But it'll be interesting to see how the media handles that whole situation, because they're already hard on LeBron. I mean, everything the man does is
yeah,
critiqued. So as he
yeah.
continues this decline, how is all that going to play out? But I mean, I think that's something we're just going to have to wait, watch, and see.
Yeah. And speaking of entertainment, I know Snowfall just got signed for 6th season. So that's
Yes,
what's up.
yes,
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hat off to that. So like you say, you just never know. You never know what tomorrow brings. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you live it up. You live it up.
yeah,
You
man.
know.
Sixth and final season. I know, and those of us that know the story, know it has to come to an end, because that's not something we could get 10 seasons out of. But the fact that we're going to get 6 seasons out of that story, I mean, that's phenomenal. So it's
That's
definitely,
big
it's
shit.
bittersweet,
Big
because I'm
shit.
happy to see him coming back. But at the same time, I mean, all good things must come to an end. So I really want to see how they wrap things up, and you know tie the story together, man, because it's definitely a good story. And I'm glad to see how they've kept things going without John Singleton. Because everybody thought,
Yeah,
once he
man.
passed away, they're like, yeah, Snowfall's gonna fall off, and that's gonna be it. But bittersweet, man, bittersweet.
There you go. His name still rings on, right? Lives on. So definitely hat off to that, and rest in heaven on John Singleton, man. But that's some good stuff right there. So
Indeed. Well, you see the sun's about to come up over my shoulder, So, but before we get out of here, I know this is gonna be a short one this week, man. You got anything else?
I actually, I've been rapping with the cctv folks, and they was mentioning how we always talk about keeping your bowls clean, right?
Okay.
But they sent me over this care package, right, with some simple wire brushes, right?
Okay.
So a whole bunch of accessories, and it just made me think like, be a great opportunity to let y'all know. I know they got a sale for the holidays coming up, and they were saying, look, man, there's some easy ways just to keep it clean and even get the stem. Whether you have an 18-inch, a small, whatever it is, right? They gave me these little accessories, so they even gave me a new one of these little prickers. You
Okay.
gotta make the perfect holes in there. So this gave me a new one of those. So yeah, they blessed the guy. They blessed the guy with some accessories. So get the holiday weekend right. We chilling, cool.
I like it. I got a box on the way. It should be here by the end of next week. So, I'm excited to see what they're throwing in there for me, because every
Yeah,
shipment, it's a little something in there, man. So I definitely
there you go.
appreciate those folks, man. Definitely.
Yeah, and they were saying they got a sale coming up. So whether they said they got the accessories, they got the hookahs, the flavors, the coals, whatever you need. They even if you need a tutorial, whatever that is, they said just hit them up on the CCTU on IG. So
Definitely.
you know,
Definitely check those
definitely hit
folks
them
out.
up. Take advantage of themselves. Again, they ship. So hit them up.
Yes, sir. So before we get out of here, man, what are the plans for the weekend?
Nothing, man. Partake with these accessories. Clean my hookahs out. Make sure they all straight. You know, get them primed and ready. That's about it, really.
Okay, okay.
With them. What's up with you? What you got?
Well, this weekend probably swing past, Global Village, because Expo 2020, wrapped up last week on the 31st. So Global Village, has some pavilions set up to where, you can go check out, different countries, different cuisines, different food. Food is all reasonably priced, so it's easy to, just walk over here and, just grab something, do some shopping, so. Probably do that. Temperatures heating up. It was 101 yesterday. Gonna be 100 degrees today. So winter is definitely gone. So we'll be checking that out. Closer to the evening time, sundown. Go out there
Okay.
and break bread. But that's about it, though, man. Not too much planned for this weekend. So kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, it's the busy month. So I feel you on that.
Going with the flow. But hey, before we get out of here, shout out to Shisha to you. Don't forget you can follow them on IG. You can keep up with us on In the Bowl on Twitter. Conversations. If it's something we said that sparked your interest, definitely reach out to us. Let us know. Also, don't forget, keep those hookahs clean, like Nas was mentioning. You can get a wire brush. Keep those stems clean and get that flavor out of whatever you had the night before, so that way there's no ghosting, and your hookah is always ready for you when it is time to fire it up. So
Yes,
appreciate y'all for
sir.
rocking with us, and we'll catch y'all next week.
And like always, click, like, subscribe.
Hustle 5 Ways Radio.